Human Gambits book series, Book 1, Cybers. Chapter 4, Crafting a New Narrative. Unknown to Sophiah, an emergency kill switch had been used to stop the live broadcast and silence her immediately. Though termed live, these broadcasts were really anything but. Broadcasts such as this were always on a slightly predetermined delay. This gave the censors time to head off such things as on-air murders, suicides, and national security threats before the remote viewing audience ever saw them. The censors cut the live feed and inserted several commercials. As far as they were concerned, the world would never see the last 30 seconds of Sophiah's presentation. It's true those final 30 seconds, the section about Earth's destruction by a comet, were never broadcast, but word of the comet quickly spread. Many in the audience had been live streaming the event with hidden cameras and continued to do so even after Sophiah was silenced. The videos spread exponentially on social networks, and the news of an Earth-killing comet became common knowledge within hours. In the ensuing weeks, the public narrative was carefully crafted through coordinated cognitive and social reframing. Officials reported the comet would pass extraordinarily close, but refuted the cataclysmic threats described by Sophiah. The authorities used time-tested techniques of mass perception control. They framed the situation as if the adolescent AI had merely exaggerated the risks in youthful dramatic flair. This classic strategy, employed by corporations and governments alike to reshape group beliefs, portrayed Sophiah's warnings as overblown theatrics designed to thrill the audience. According to this manipulated narrative, Sophiah had showmanship in mind, not genuine planetary peril. Yes, officials publicly admitted the comet would pass extraordinarily close to Earth, within a mere 300,000 kilometers, but firmly emphasized it would not strike the planet and would actually be a once-in-a-lifetime cosmic spectacle for all to witness. They highlighted the myriad scientific discoveries that could be made from this rare event that would benefit humanity tremendously. Through repeatedly anchoring the public perception to this cautiously optimistic perspective of an awe-inspiring cosmic occurrence full of scientific promise, the governments aimed to frame the event as a monumental moment for humanity, rather than a doomsday scenario. By establishing this foundation of optimism and wonder, officials secured public opinion as an anchor of hope and discovery, making people far more likely to view the situation as an opportunity rather than a terror. To reinforce these assertions, authorities across the globe coordinated an advertising blitz depicting the comet as the spectacle of a lifetime, a once-in-an-epoch glimpse of the extraordinary. By portraying the event as exceedingly rare, the campaign leveraged the scarcity principle to tap into the human tendency to cherish fleeting, unique experiences. Framing the comet's flyby as a singular, awe-inspiring anomaly rather than an ominous omen helped redirect public attention skyward in breathless marvel, not foreboding dread. If the populace perceived the approaching comet as a wondrous opportunity instead of existential danger, panic could be averted. A core tactic of the campaign centered on redirecting attention and reverse psychology. The logic was that if governments actively encouraged viewing the comet, the public would inherently perceive it as non-threatening. This inverted approach relied on intrinsic aspects of human nature. We reflexively recoil from frightening things, but gaze with wonder at the interesting and beautiful. Officials leveraged this tendency by portraying the event as a captivating spectacle, not a looming catastrophe. They implored the populace to welcome the comet with curiosity rather than cower from it in fear. The ultimate goal was to keep the public's eyes turned skyward in amazement, not anxiety. By exploiting such psychological reflexes, governments could meticulously shape the perception of the event to preempt panic. Humans are social animals, and most, by the process of transference, subconsciously view their leaders and authority figures as parental figures. This type of psychology is at the heart of such monikers as the Queen Mother, Uncle Sam, and the infamous Big Brother. Humans are programmed from birth to watch their parents and peers when a new situation arises. If the parent or peer is frightened or concerned, the child will also become afraid through transference. And if the parent or peer is happy or interested, the child will usually follow suit, mirroring those emotions. The world's governments were using these same psychological traits to calm the populace, exhibiting curiosity and scientific enthusiasm regarding the comet. Since this transference effect trickles down and spreads out socially, even if a person's psyche typically rejects leaders as parental figures, they will most likely be influenced by a friend or relative who has fallen for the previous gambit. In this way, the campaign took advantage of transference psychology and social influence to manage the public's perception and reaction to the approaching comet. In a stroke of public relations genius, numerous governments declared Comet Day a national holiday and cause for celebration. Lavish open-air festivities with dazzling pyrotechnics mirroring the expected cosmic fireworks were planned. An international website was launched for all to suggest and vote on an official name for the comet, with the winner forever immortalized in historical records. By gifting these opportunities for involvement and collective joy, authorities leveraged the reciprocity principle, a cornerstone of human psychology. When given something, people feel compelled to return the favor. These offerings tapped into that social norm, making the public more inclined to subconsciously reciprocate by readily accepting the official narrative. Space missions were announced to send probes to study the comet and place unique capsules on its surface, containing mementos and messages from the people of Earth. Public lotteries offered the chance for individuals to have their items included in these cosmic time capsules. If discovered millions of years from now by intelligent life beyond our solar system, these relics could tell the story of humanity long after our sun had burned out. Though the odds seemed infinitesimal, the campaigns highlighted this romantic possibility, infusing people's imagination with awe and hope. By tapping into our innate curiosity about the unknown and longing to explore, the campaigns introduced a profound sense of novelty that diverted attention away from evaluating risks or questioning official accounts. This leveraged the human fascination with the mysterious and our instinctive drive to uncover the inexplicable. The tantalizing prospect of eternal cosmic fame proved an effective distraction mechanism, eliciting the public's imagination and muting panic. While the grand Comet Day spectacle would sufficiently enthrall most citizens, certain fringe elements required alternative tactics. Conspiracy theory websites were primed with targeted leaks to divert those impervious to awe. Supposedly credible sources floated the notion that Sophiah had been infiltrated by radicals seeking governmental upheaval. By seeding this narrative, such irritants could be distracted into chasing imaginary threats rather than questioning the official story. In a masterstroke of misdirection, additional leaks sowed confusion by casting doubt on the very existence of the wild star array and Sophiah herself. These fabricated whispers of elaborate false flags and staged deceptions created a tangled web of contradiction. As conflicting storylines multiplied, the truth became increasingly drowned out by manipulated evidence on all sides. By bombarding skeptics with carefully engineered disinformation, governments ensured dissent stayed disjointed and marginalized. In a final stratagem, the world's superpowers initiated staged military conflicts as elaborate misdirection. Stoking geopolitical tensions provided cover for the large-scale movement of troops and supplies, allowing discreet preparations for the comet's potential impacts. The choreographed specter of war also served to divert media attention, channeling focus away from the looming celestial event and onto more immediate fears of global instability. Considered in totality, the meticulous manipulation in the lead-up to Comet Day marked a masterclass in psychological strategy. Through careful application of anchoring, reverse psychology, transference, novelty, and other time-tested techniques, public perception was expertly reshaped from panic to patriotic awe. Cognitive reframing, on a societal scale, transformed the comet from a harbinger of doom into a symbolic triumph of the human spirit. It was an extraordinary feat of public influence, requiring intuitive mastery of the collective psyche. All in all, the build-up to Comet Day would be exciting indeed.